Good morning and welcome to our celebration service. As always, my name is Reverend Richard Pacheco, and I am so grateful for you being here today. And again, today, this one is a special one because of our technical difficulties. I did not want to miss a week of the new Advent season, which of course was written by Reverend Kelly Isola. And so we did a 9 a.m. service, and we're going to do our normal 11 a.m. service with week 3. So let us start with prayer, and then we'll talk about everything else. So let's just take a moment right now and close our eyes and breathe into this present moment, knowing that we are here divinely guided, whether it's live or later, watching the replay, that we are here with an open mind and open heart, knowing that our truth will come through. We are bombarded in this holiday season by the outer senses, knowing we see lack and limitation. We feel grief. We feel all of these things, and there's nothing wrong with going through them. But our job is to find the truth within ourselves and know the right path to take. With that being said, we know that we are here to do the work. We're here to know that the truth may set us free, but at first it may piss us off, and that we are on the right path. It's sometimes hard to see. Sometimes I have to ask for clarification. But we know that we continue to do the work, and it is only our work that we can do, and be open to those messages. So with that being said, let's move into gratitude and knowing that we are grateful for you being here, that we were grateful for this message, and we are grateful for all that's already to happen, because we see it is, and so we let it be, and we say amen. And I am glad here, again, it is the holiday season. We have a lot of things going on. If you were here early enough to see the announcements, you know that in the holiday season, we're all looking for gifts and stuff. And again, being that we're not an official ministry, I wanted to take a chance to talk about two powerful ladies in my life. My wife with Nairobi Naturals. If you saw the beginning video, you know that she's now doing lotions and body scrubs, as well as the candles and oils. And I'm pretty sure if you reach out to her, she'll even do a consultation with you of maybe something to explain to you how these things work, and then you can choose whatever products work for you. Again, great mom, great person all around. You know who she is. So why wouldn't you trust her with these things? So make sure you check out NairobiNaturals.com. And the second powerful lady in my life is my daughter, Alicia. And if you've seen her Queen Creations and the holiday cookies and stuff she's putting in, she's getting orders left and right, both corporate and regular. So you know she's doing a good job with this stuff. So if you're looking for a cookie need or whatever, reach out to her or go to queencreationsonline.com so that you can put in an order and get your cookie needs done. Again, both businesses help the ministry, so it's a great place to supply with them. And you have two powerful women who are great all around to help you with that need. So again, just a quick plug for them, as well as to help the ministry. But again, we are in our Advent season. This is the second Sunday. This is actually the third Sunday of Advent, but we're going to cover the second Sunday, which we missed last Sunday, and we're working through the season. So we know that Advent holds such a sacred space. The story and formation of the womb is tucked into our souls, thought as an individual journey. We can think about it all year round, but often we don't. This year, the invitation is something different, holding it intentionally and in community. We tend to sanitize the birth story of Jesus, decorating our homes and places of work and worship with shimmering, glowing nativity scenes, colorful tinsel trees, sequins, snowflakes, and more, all resting comfortably on fireplace mantles, hallway tables, altars, community rooms, and doorways, all very beautiful and serene, yet we forget the visceral reality of this season. So we know that the space of 4 weeks is leading up to something, a birth, the birth of a loud, chaotic, and messy. Births are like that. Our world is messy, chaotic, and loud, and then some. Advent is one of those most difficult periods because Advent is all about waiting. Waiting is not easy when the world is filled with such uncertainty and suffering. Many of us are not good at waiting. We want to move away from what we view as dark and uncomfortable to quickly employ solutions and move quickly to the light. After all, Christmas time, it is Christmas time. So again, we're doing things a little bit differently based on them, and it's all about doing something more and cumbersome of Advent And in the call is, of course, so the year of this invitation is to do something different, holding intentionally and in community. So we will end with some homework, so to say, and some things we can do while online. So with that being said, let's go to our reading, and then we'll go to our first song. And our reading for the second Sunday of Advent, which is peace, again comes from Reverend David Bryan Adams. And it is, for most of us, the holiday season is a busy time. It seems as soon as the last Thanksgiving dishes have been cleared that we start the race toward Christmas Day. Planning parties and other gatherings, shopping, sending Christmas cards, decorating, baking, and a host of other things to quickly swirl around us. This is the most wonderful time of the year. It can feel like something we have to survive than which we need to recover. In years past, my list of daily tasks were multiplied by my work as a performance artist. My weekdays were spent learning and polishing music for church services and other concerts. My weekends were packed with multiple performances. Add to this all the post-concert receptions and handshaking and all the pleasantries. It's not hard to see how finding moments of peace was both a necessary and challenging feat to accomplish. But oh, the ecstasy when those moments came. The late evenings has always been my favorite time to seek out these peaceful moments. I find such serenity in this period when my little corner of the world seems asleep. The tasks for the days are either completed or stealthily rebooked. The distractions of the outside world, as well as the scurrying chatter of our mind, subsides. In these precious moments, I am free just to breathe. In peaceful solitude, I stop and reflect on the events of the day and how I have shown up as they have unfolded. Was I present to those around me? Did I allow the music I was blessed to share with others to move and to restore me as well? These questions and many like them follow me to the altar of prayer. In gratitude, I bless the day. I acknowledge any perceived shortcoming, forgive myself, and release any lingering upsets. I restate who I desire to be in the world and to go to bed at peace knowing I have done my best. Peace as a practice allows me to remain present amidst the noise and bustle of this human journey. This Advent season, my prayer is that we dedicate ourselves to being the peace we wish to see both in our inner and outer worlds. May we remember who we declare ourselves to be as unique expressions of God in our communities and be comforted by the knowledge. May this knowledge create a clearing for the rebirth of Christ within us. May peace as a practice leave as restored. Peace leave us restored. May it afford us the strength and poise we need to make the most wonderful time of yearly truly magical for all. And let us commit to making peace our priority. Those of steadfast mind you keep in peace because they trust in you. And that's from Isaiah 26:3. And our affirmation for today is, on this day of Advent, may my heart and mind be established in the peace of God. And now we'll move into our first song.
Been a storm brewing inside of me, clouds moving around my heart. Something's changing that I can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe, but not yet where I'm supposed to. Feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something that I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call and it's asking, what am I here for? What am I here for? What am I here for? What am I here till the vision pulls. It feels like my safety nets have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go. Got this feeling deep inside that when I get there I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something that I've never done before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 I wanna make a move right now, though I don't know when or how. When I trust and know the truth, my heart will point the way. There is more of me to share, so today I do declare I will take that step in faith and let my light shine. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something that I've never seen before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call and it's asking, what am I here for? Feel the call of something more. I feel the call and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 Yeah. Just love. Just love. Just love. That's what I'm here for. Just love. Just love.
All right, welcome back, and we're going to move into our lesson and meditation here. Again, remember that we are doing things a little bit differently because this is going to be more active. So again, even if you don't watch this live, if you watch it later, or if you watch it live, you can always catch the replay to redo the exercises. So for right now, let's talk about the body. So last week we talked about the dark. Today we're going to talk about the body. And Advent begins as a solemn time in the story of a woman who is the archetype of power and hope in her body. Our invitation this year is to encounter and embrace this solemnness, much like the story of Mary, a woman who perhaps knew the power of hope of her body. Embodied spirituality is reintegrating our emotions and interior lives with the physical. This is the week of practicing connecting an emotion to an embodied experience through movement. Music may help. This can look like dancing, but also you can look more like a simple movement, a stretch, a slowness, a sound, rocking while sitting at your desk, waiting, walking in a favorite place. In the first week, we wait in dark. There can be much tension in the dark, but we should also remember it's time to gestate the habit of release and rest and move it through our body. Advent asks us to listen to our bodies. It is a season of bodily nurturing and tenderness, much like the story of Mary, attuned to her body. When we overfocus on the invisible things at the expense of the material, like earth and our bodies, we miss the beauty and suffering of life around us, something we can respond to with our own bodies. So let us move into meditation. The music will begin in a second as we move into our meditation. So go ahead and let's begin to breathe in. Just breathe normally. Take a deep breath in. And we want to release all the worries of yesterday, the things we need to forgive, the things that has happened that come up in our system. We want to just let that go for the moment. And then we want to move into the anxiety of tomorrow. We don't know what happens 2 days, 3 days from now. We just anticipate and become anxious. But when we release that, we can stay in this present moment. So we take this third breath in together. And in this present moment, we know that we are in the gap of our thoughts. We're not worried about yesterday. We are not anxious about tomorrow. We are just here right now. And we continue to just breathe normally. And we take awareness through your body and relax each muscle. Let us start with our feet. And just slowly relax everything from the feet, slowly up through your legs to your thighs. We continue to breathe and we feel the relaxation continue through our torso and our arms, our face, finally our head, and then our minds. We just let it go. And let's take our awareness into our heart, sensing whatever emotions are present. We accept that whatever there is where you are starting from. We want to just sit comfortably for a few minutes, letting your body be at rest, and let your breathing be easy and natural. So let's just continue to breathe for a few seconds, just relaxing our body in entirety. Let us begin to bring our attention into the present. Silent, sit quietly, noticing whatever sensations are present in your body. In particular, be aware of any sensations, tensions, or pains that you may have been fighting. Don't change them, just notice them with an interested and kind attention. Let's just breathe. In each of those areas that you struggle, you discover, let your body relax and your heart soften. Open to whatever you experience without fighting. Just let go of the battle and breathe quietly and let it be. Then, after a time, let's shift our attention to our heart and mind. Now notice what feelings and thoughts are present. And during all of this, just continue your breath at a normal pace. In particular, let's be aware of any feelings or thoughts that you are now struggling with, fighting, denying, or avoiding. Notice them with an interested and kind attention. And let's let our heart be soft. Open to whatever your experience without fighting. Let go of the battle. Continue to breathe quietly and let it be. Let's go ahead and continue to just breathe and sit quietly as we go through these emotions. Let's begin to cast our attention over all the battles that still exist in our life and sense them inside of yourself. If you have an ongoing struggle with your body, be aware of that. If you've been fighting inner wars with your feelings, been in conflict with your own loneliness, fear, confusion, grief, anger, or addiction, sense the struggle that you have been waging. Notice the struggle in your thoughts as well. Be aware of how you have carried on the inner battles. Notice the inner armies, the inner dictators, the inner fortifications. Be aware of all that you have fought within yourself, of how long you have perpetrated the conflict. Gently, with openness, allow each of these experiences to be present. Simply notice them, each of them in turn, with interest and kind attention. In each area of struggle, let your body, heart, and mind be soft. Open to whatever you experience without fighting. Let it be present, just as it is, but let go of the battle. Breathe quietly and let yourself be at rest. Invite all parts of yourself to join you at peace to the peace table in your heart. Let's just breathe in. Let's just take a few moments to kind of contemplate some questions. And as you continue to return to that normal breath, we say, how does Advent form us into an embodied spirituality? What is the cost of abandoning or neglecting our bodies as we wait for justice, mercy, love, and the birth of the good news or gospels through our bodies? What does it look like to reclaim an embodied spirituality this Advent? Just to allow ourselves the nurture and the tenderness of the womb. In a world that discards and neglects particular bodies, what does it mean to tend to the physical, even nap, every stretch, every glass of water? Let's take a few moments and just contemplate some or all of the questions. Let's take a deep breath in. And we release this meditation into the universe, knowing that we have done the work today to scan ourselves and to begin to understand how we embody spirituality in our bodies. We release it, we're grateful for it, and we return to this time and place. Take one more deep breath. And open your eyes as you feel so comfortable as we begin to move into our next song.
Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living life mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
It's a living goes on motion.
I hope you dance. I hope you
Want to look back on the
dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice, sit it out or dance. Dance. I hope you dance. I hope you
It's a living goes on motion.
I hope you dance. I hope you
Want to look back on the
dance. I hope you dance.
Tell me
Dance. I hope you
So welcome back. I hope that meditation helped you scan yourself and all that. And we're going to go into our exercise now. So again, I don't have dim lights here because again, for video purposes, we want to make sure that you can see and that. But if you're at home and you can dim your lights or do it at candlelight, it'd be great. So as the lights are low, let's remember that there's a tension in waiting of Advent. We can also remember the habits of release and rest. So one of the things, and this was taught to me by another group as well, is practice clenching your fist or another part of your body and holding it for 5 to 10 seconds, and before releasing it into a rested stillness for 30 seconds to a minute. If it feels safe, mentally connect to a memory or experience of tension and release it in this season of life. So if you feel angry towards something, you're feeling grief, or you're feeling whatever, clench your fist for a few seconds and connect it to that memory. I learned this as a way of forgiveness. So if I'm mad at somebody for something they did to me And I know that the only work I can do is what I work on me, but I need to release that so I have the room to do the work. I may bring that memory up, clench my fist, hold it 5-10 seconds, and then release it as if I'm releasing that anger, I'm releasing that grief into the universe. And then by feeling my hand relax, I feel my body begin to relax. So you also want to practice attuning to breath. So no particular pace or depth of breathing. Just listen and count along with the natural rhythm of your breath, doing this awareness to different sensations around your body. So if you find tension in your body, sometimes they say that your lower back holds a lot of stress and things. So you might want to breathe into that area and just breathe out. And no real, just cadence, 1, 2, and just relax it. And then silently say, I give myself larger doses of grace into that area. And as you reflect, just notice it. Now bring your attention to the weight of your body, feeling yourself held by the chair or cushion. If you are seated or if you're lying down, feeling the ground under your body, or if you're standing, feeling the ground under your feet. And do exactly the same thing. Just breathe in almost like a meditation. And we're going to begin to just breathe into those areas and giving it a larger dose of grace, So whether it's in your knees, your back, your heart, just breathe into that space. So while we do that, we're going to give you about 5 minutes of just instrumental music while we do that.
Join me as we move in from the outer world into our inner world. As we let go of our sense consciousness, we allow the world outside of us to be released. And we hold on to knowing that we are perfect expressions of this universal energy, this spirit of God, knowing that we are perfect in any way. We see our true colors, and we see the true colors of those around us. We know that all is right in the world right now, for it is in our consciousness that, as Eric Butterworth tells us, it is for us to see it right. As we look around in our world, in our mind, we see divine order. We see the beauty of every person out there, our brothers and sisters in oneness. We affirm the loving, healing consciousness to flow in and out and through all of us. We affirm that we see through God's eyes the beauty in all of us, starting with ourselves and then helping those see their true colors within themselves. As we continue to breathe into this present moment, we know that we are creating this consciousness around us, for we are the light of the world. Each one of us shines a light. We shine a light of love, of joy, of peace, knowing that we shine not only for ourselves, but for those that are seeking, those that know that there is so much more to the life they're living now. And we become that beacon for them. We shine our light in peace, we shine our light in love, and we shine our light in joy, knowing that as each person sees each each person acts, they begin to shine their light. And as each one reaches one, we begin to create a generation living with peace, living with love, living with joy. Let's take a few moments to use our power of imagination to see the perfect world in our consciousness.
Okay, now that we're back, let's talk about our homework for this week. So for the week, we want you to write a psalm or of lament, naming any grief that you're holding as this year closes. Consider a grief practice that could connect your emotions to your body. Is there a song that speaks to what you're feeling? Choose a movement that embodies this and repeat it for 1 to 3 minutes. If you feel foolish, make room to process why that is. What stories taught you to alienate your emotions from your body? Shame also often comes awake through the body expression or awareness. Stay in your body. When you are tired, rest. When you're hungry, eat. When thirsty, drink. Do this in silence and think that you are taking rest, food, and drink, not just for yourself, but for others who cannot. So we want you to practice this at home for yourself. And again, if you're home by yourself, it doesn't matter what you do. Whether you want to wave, you want to put your hands up, whatever movement you do, find a place at home where nobody's watching you. My kids are goofy. My wife is goofy. So I could be doing something stupid. They'd be looking at me, but it may be helping me. And they may be doing something. So never be embarrassed about it. But I do know shame. And I know what that feels like. So if you need to find that space for yourself, do so. But do the work. And then again, and in totality with all of us, we talked about this last week, taking a candle, marking every day of Advent for the week, and every night light the candle and let it burn down as you breathe in the silence and the dark for every line that's there. And this allows us to get used to being in that meditative state and in the darkness. And again, journal about it. I have many journals. In fact, I'm working on a project now that I use 4 different journals, 1 for notes and 3 with purpose, to help me in my work, for my inner work. So don't be afraid to journal. It could be a notebook. It could be an official journal. You can get them cheap on Amazon. But do the work, because getting that out also helps express who you are. With that being said, I am so grateful for you being here. At this time, as I hope you receive something from today's lesson, this is a time for you to give and receive. If you wish to help donate to our ministry, you can go to our website at weesc.org. Use the donate button there. If you're watching this on YouTube, you could actually go to the About tab, and there's a donate link there. And there's also a donate link at the top of the YouTube page. And as always, we hold our gifts in our hands, whether it's virtual or physical, and say, divine love as me, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we bless it as it goes out to do the work that it's meant to do. And we see it already done, so we say it is, and so it is, and we let it be. So once again, I am truly grateful for you being here today. Make sure you join us. If you happen to be here at 9 a.m., you join us at 11 a.m. for our week 3 as we move into the silence of Advent. We have a whole new reading and a whole service at 11 a.m. If you want to wait and catch it later in the week, do so as well. As always, I love you. Nothing you can do about it. and I hope to see you at our next service.